Wojak animation channels are some of the most watched accounts on TikTok and YouTube right now, and almost nobody knows how they are made. The people running them are not professional animators, and most of them started with zero experience. Once you see how it actually works, you will wonder why you did not start sooner. And by the end of this video, you will have everything you need to start creating your own Wojak content today. There are 3 tools in this entire workflow. The first is the Wojak Scene Generator GPT, which is inside ChatGPT. You do not write the image prompt yourself. You just describe the scene in one sentence, and ChatGPT writes a full detailed prompt for you. It already knows the Wojak style, the NPC style, and how to write a prompt that gets GPT Image 2 to generate the right look. The second tool is GPT Image 2, and the third is Seedance 2.0, and both of those are inside OpenArt, which is the platform you are going to be working in for everything after the GPT step. The way it works is pretty simple. You start with the GPT, which writes the image prompt for you, and you take that prompt into GPT Image 2, and it generates an image from it. Then you take that image into Seedance 2.0 and it animates it. There are only 3 steps, and every scene you make goes through them in the same order every single time. The links to the Wojak Scene Generator GPT and to OpenArt are both in the description. But before you generate anything, there is one thing you need to download first. And it is the only reason some Wojak channels always look consistent and others never do. So you need 2 reference files. The first is the Wojak Face. This is the face of the main character, the Wojak you are going to see in every single scene. The second image is the NPC Face. These are the background characters, the ones with that flat, expressionless look that you see in every Wojak video. Both files are in the assets link in the description. When you open the folder, you will see 2 images. One is the Wojak Face and the other one is the NPC Face. Download both of them and put them somewhere easy to find on your computer, because you are going to upload them every single time you start a new scene. Here's how these 2 images actually work. When you upload the Wojak Face first and the NPC Face second, GPT Image 2 knows to put the Wojak Face on the main character and the NPC Face on the background characters. Without those 2 images, GPT Image 2 has no reference to work from. The NPC Face is the one most people skip, and that is why their background characters come out looking like regular people instead of that flat NPC style. And once you have them ready, the first scene takes a few minutes to go from idea to finished animation. The first scene is a Wojak sitting on a bench at the gym, watching a huge bodybuilder curl massive weights right in front of him, while a few NPC characters stand around in the background. Start by opening the Wojak Scene Generator GPT from the link in the description. And when you open it, it asks you the first question. It asks whether the character is male or female. For this, go ahead and select male. This tells the GPT that the main character is a male Wojak, which affects how the body, posture, and setting get written into the prompt. If you ever want a female main character in one of your scenes, just select female and the GPT will adjust everything accordingly. The next question is whether the image involves bystanders. Type yes for that. And this is what tells the GPT to include those NPC background characters in the scene. When you say yes, the GPT adds those NPC background characters into the prompt. If you say no, the scene will just have the main character with nobody else around, which is fine for some scenes, but not for this one. Then it asks for either a reference image or a 1-sentence description of the scene. You do not need to upload anything here. The chat will actually generate an image, so you have to include "give me an image prompt of this scene," and then paste in your prompt. Just keep it short and simple like that. This GPT is built specifically for Wojak scenes, so it already knows the style and how to turn a simple one-liner into a full prompt. You do not need to mention the art style, camera angles, or anything technical. Just describe what is happening in the scene and the GPT takes care of the rest. After that, it asks if there is a second main character who needs to match a specific reference image. Type no for this one. The bodybuilder is already described in the prompt by the GPT, so you do not need to upload anything extra for him. It gives you 2 prompts, one with a blurred background and one without the blur. Just go with the blurred one. The reason is that when the background is blurred, your eye naturally goes to the Wojak and the bodybuilder in the front, which is what the scene is actually about. If the background is in focus, the gym starts pulling your attention away and the whole thing looks cluttered. Here is what this prompt looks like once the GPT writes it. You gave it 1 sentence and it built the whole prompt for you. Before you copy it, take a quick read through and make sure the scene matches what you had in mind. The GPT gets it right most of the time, but sometimes it might miss a detail or add something you did not ask for. And if that happens, just describe the scene in different words and it will write a new prompt. Once it looks right, copy the full prompt. Then go to OpenArt, choose Image, then choose GPT Image 2. Before you paste the prompt, upload your 2 reference images first. The Wojak face goes in first and the NPC face goes in second. Once both images are uploaded, paste in the image prompt you copied from the Wojak Scene Generator GPT. You'll also need to add the images directly into the prompt. Just reference them as image 1 and image 2 wherever they fit. Then set the aspect ratio to 16:9 and hit generate. What comes back is your start frame, the Wojak sitting on the bench, the bodybuilder curling the dumbbells in the front, and the NPC characters standing in the background with those blank expressions. When the result comes back, there are 3 things you want to check. Does the Wojak face actually look like the reference image you uploaded? Do the background characters have that flat blank NPC look? And does the whole scene have that simple cartoon feel, flat colors, soft shading, nothing that looks too realistic? Once you have a start frame you are happy with, go back to OpenArt, then Video, then Seedance 2.0. Upload the start frame you just generated, then set the duration to 5 seconds, resolution to 1080p, and aspect ratio to 16:9. Make sure audio is turned on as well. When audio is on, Seedance automatically generates sound that matches what is happening in the video, then paste in this video prompt. The prompt tells Seedance to keep the movement slow and controlled. Wojak's face drops, the bodybuilder lifts, and the NPC characters just stand there. Go ahead and hit generate. What you get back is the Wojak's face slowly dropping as the bodybuilder curls the dumbbells, with the NPC characters just standing there in the background, not doing anything. The movement is smooth and the whole thing looks exactly like the start frame you generated, just brought to life. Wojak animations work best when the movement is simple, and you will see exactly what that means in the second scene. This time Wojak is sitting at his desk in an open plan office. His boss is standing in the middle of the room, lecturing him about his poor performance, while NPC coworkers sit in their cubicles all around them. Before you start, open a fresh chat with the Wojak Scene Generator GPT. Answer the same questions as before. Select male, say yes to bystanders, and when it asks for the scene description, paste this prompt in. When it asks about a second main character, go ahead and type no. The boss is in the scene, but he does not need a reference photo. The GPT will figure out how to describe him on its own, so you can just move on to the next step. Just like last time, go with the blurred background version, and here is what the prompt looks like for this one. You will notice it follows the same structure as the gym scene. Once it looks right, copy the full prompt. Then go back to OpenArt, then Image, then GPT Image 2. As you can see, the Wojak and the NPC face are already here from before, so you will just have to paste in the prompt, then check if the settings are correct, and then go ahead and generate. What comes back is the Wojak sitting at his desk, shoulders slumped, just staring ahead. The boss is in the foreground, holding a clipboard with his mouth open mid-sentence. The NPC coworkers are sitting in cubicles all around him, all of them turned slightly toward the boss. You will also notice the style matches the gym scene exactly, and that is because you are using the same 2 reference images. That is the whole point of the reference system. Now go to Home, then Video, then Seedance 2.0, then Start End Frame. Upload the start frame you just generated. Check if the settings are correct. And the one thing that is different here is the duration. This scene uses 6 seconds instead of 5. The office layoff moment is slower and heavier than the gym scene, and that extra second gives the animation enough room to feel the way it should. Once everything is set, paste in this video prompt. Now go ahead and hit generate.
Is this the best you can do?
Wojak slowly looks down at his desk as the boss keeps talking, and the NPC coworkers sitting around him do not move at all. The whole thing plays out in that flat, quiet way, and that is exactly what makes Wojak animations work so well. By now, you have made 2 complete Wojak animations from start to finish, and the good news is that every other Wojak animation you ever make works exactly the same way. A job rejection, a breakup, a bad grade, a gym fail, anything with that quiet, flat, defeated good feeling. All you do is describe it in one sentence, run it through the GPT, generate the start frame with your 2 reference images, and animate it in Seedance. Those same 3 steps work for every single idea, and every scene you make will look like it belongs to the same channel because your reference images never change. Now, if you want to post these on TikTok or Reels, here is how you do the exact same thing in vertical format. For vertical videos, every single step is exactly the same as what you just did. The only change is the aspect ratio setting, and you update it in 2 places. When you are in OpenArt generating the start frame, set the aspect ratio to 9:16 instead of 16:9. Upload the same 2 reference images, paste the same prompt, and go ahead and generate. The start frame comes back in vertical format with the same style and the same Wojak look. Then in Seedance 2.0, just set the aspect ratio to 9:16 as well. Everything else stays exactly the same as before: the model, the duration, the resolution, the audio setting, and the video prompt. Hit generate and the animation comes out in vertical format. Ready to post on TikTok or Reels without any cropping or extra editing. If you want to start running this workflow yourself, the link to sign up to OpenArt is in the description, and the assets folder with the 2 reference images is there too, so you can download everything you need and get started today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.